Guys, have you ever seen a cow drinking urine? This is something that is not just a normal thing. It is very disgusting, and before it goes to extreme, you have to fix it. So let's dive in that topic for today. Hello my good people, welcome back to Lumumba Junior. Good morning, good evening, good night. It depends with the time that you're watching this video for today. So before you start, you can just hear some melodious songs from birds, because this is early morning. It is 6:30 in the morning. This is Kenyan time. People are awake doing cleanness and the entire thing. You can hear how birds are singing. Let me just maybe we see the environment the way it looked like for today. Yes guys, you can hear how birds are singing melodious songs, yeah, from different horizons. So today I'm going to dive into a topic that actually this topic for today, it is somehow disgusting, because I just got a call from a client that says his cows drink urine. So I have come just to help solve that problem, so that we do away with this thing once and for all. Because you hearing that a cow drinks urine, it is not something that is good, because it sounds something like actually it is not a good thing. So what we can do, let me tell you reasons why cow may drink its own urine or some other cow's urine. This is the reason. It can either be nutritional deficiency or behavior, something like behavioral, coping from the one or other thing. Yeah, let me start with the nutritional deficiency. When I'm talking about nutritional deficiency, this means this animal lacks some minerals in its body. So the only thing that it does, it tries to maybe to balance those minerals from taking any other thing that tastes salty from the environment. What do I mean? Because we have those essential minerals that animal need in their body, such as sodium, we have phosphorus and some trace minerals. So most of the times when the animal drinks its own urine, that means it has deficiency of either sodium, phosphorus or trace minerals. The trace minerals include the likes of zinc, magnesium, copper, carbon and other minerals. So when the animal lacks those minerals, you get that it can even drink urine. Another thing is about behavior. So this behavior, it can be learned behavior. So that means where the animal came from, or it can see other animals drinking those urine, then it starts drinking urine. So that means something like behavior, it is very hard to control, because for a mineral deficiency, it is very easy to correct, because you just have to put a supplement, salt licks, that it can keep the animal busy for the entire day. Then I was talking about that another factor, which was learned behavior. So this learned behavior is actually very difficult to control. Another issue is when dehydration. This means that animals that are dehydrated, you get that most of them they are dehydrated because of maybe lack of water. So when animal lacks water, the only alternative that it has is just drinking its own urine. In some instances, you can get when an animal has some infection, that is the uterine tract infection. You can even get it can be having the same problem about drinking its own urine. So let me just show you the farm that I'm talking about for today, so that we get what the problem here and the entire thing, and we can just take some history from the person that I'm meeting today here, so that I can get a proper history where these animals are were here, because you see we have to dig deep so that we know where the problem arises from. Let me show you the person who is here. Some good work, cleaning the cattle pen. You can see this is early morning, duties are normal, everything is ongoing. You can see animals here now standing very well. Yeah, these are the animals. Let me just take you through animals so that we really appreciate this. So we have this first animal. You can see it has horns, so that means this is our kienyeji animal here. Then we have the other animal which we have here. This is a cross between Jersey and we call this another one Swiss. This is a crossbreed between Jersey and Red Swiss. Then we have these are pure Jersey breed. And then we have these pure Fresian. This is a Fresian animal here. Then we have here, this is a cross. This is a cross between Ashaya and kienyeji. That kienyeji, what I mean by the word kienyeji, that means kienyeji is just indigenous animal. Then we have here calf. This is a calf. The mother is here. Yeah? This is the mother to that calf that I've just shown you. So this calf came from a cross between Jersey and the Red Swiss. So we go to this product. That is from the history of the farmer. Then we have here, this is a waterer where water is being put so that the animal have plenty of water here. Then this is feeder, where maybe supplements are being placed here before or after milking, so that you can supplement the animal with some other minerals and even other components. These are another feeder. So that means once or in the evening or once the animals have already milked, they are being supplemented so that they achieve maybe a nutritional balance and the entire thing. So let me just take a small interview from the person concerned about this animal to tell us a small history about these animals. When nikusumbue kidogo, kuja hivi kidogo. So we can just have one-on-one session. Then we talk about this animal. We want to see where this problem arises from. Yeah, you can just say your name, then we proceed. I'll ask you some few questions, then we can proceed from there. Yeah? Unaweza tuambie jina zako?
My name is Isaac.
Yes.
Wangila.
Isaac Wangila. Yes. Okay. We have a challenge here. Yeah. Can you just tell us when this challenge started and what have you been seeing here in these animals? Kuna shida huku, si ndio?
Yeah.
Shida gani yenye kwa hawa ng'ombe? Kukunywa mkojo. That means I can just translate drinking urine. Yeah? What I was just saying some minutes ago. So hii shida ilianza lini?
2 months ago.
2 months ago, eh?
Yeah.
So 2 months ago. So that means kuna ng'ombe waliongezwa hapa, si ndio?
Yeah.
We have there are some 2 animals that were brought here just recently. I can just show you the animals, then we proceed with this session. We have this Jersey and the other Jersey. Remember I told you this is a cross between Jersey and the Red Swiss, and the other Jersey that is looking us here, this is another Jersey. So tangu hawa ng'ombe waletwe ndio shida ya kukunywa mkojo imeanza.
Yeah, hawa ndio waletwe shida.
Okay, from the client says that this problem actually started when these 2 animals arrived in this farm. So that means it can be okay. Let's just dig deep. apart from hawa ng'ombe wawili kunywa mkojo, kuna ng'ombe mwingine anakunywa pia mwenye maybe ameiga kutoka kwao. Huyo hapa that even these animals have started drinking urine, so that means that this is some behavioral thing, and maybe because these animals are new here, what we can just do, maybe we can try giving them some mineral leaks so that we can see if this thing changes, because we are not sure, because where they came from, they were just doing something like the animal are getting out from their shed, going to the field, graze the entire day, then they will be back in the evening. So that means maybe we can just think about mineral deficiency. So what we can do, we can give them some mineral leaks so that we can see if this problem will change once and forever, because this behavior is not a very good behavior, because the farmer himself is demoralized with this type of behavior. So let us bring some minerals so that we can put them here. So we can put them here in the animal shed where they can actually lick all of them, so that we can supplement their body with this type of minerals. Then we can really appreciate once we conquer this challenge from these animals. So what we are going to do right now is just bringing the minerals, then we just put them where all the animals can access them, and apart from accessing them, so they can be monitored. So with the time, as time goes, I'll come up with a report showing that are these animals still drinking urine, or they stopped drinking urine. So this means that we have to put some mineral blocks. The reason why we are putting these mineral blocks, I'll just tell you when we are placing these mineral blocks. So let us bring the minerals, then we put them strategically where these animals will lick. Let me just ask. Okay, I have some mineral blocks I've come with. Nimekuja na chumvi. So hizi chumvi sijui tutaziweka wapi, because lazima tuweke mahali yenye ng'ombe wote watajaribu kulamba. You have boxes, so we can put inside here, yeah? From the farmer, now he's saying that we can place the blocks inside here so that these animals can lick from these points. Let me show you where we are talking about. That is one point. Here is the second point. Then there is another point here, but the challenge that we are having now is that I only came with some 2 blocks. So that means we have to see where we can just put the 2 blocks. Then we proceed from there, because we want to do this thing once and for all. We don't want to hear that animals are licking, maybe doing something like that. So brother, you just take this camera. I have some two mineral blocks. I don't know tuteka wapi na wapi. Ziko mbili, but niko na mbili. Tuteka wapi na wapi? Na huku we will give this one, na hawa they will share here, si ndio? So we put here one, and the other one we place it there. So because these 2 animals, they are the ones which drink that urine. So let us bring the blocks, then we put them, we see how things will work. So shika simu, utachukua tu video, just hold it this way. Hata usinge nao, but ni sawa. Ashika, you focus on me, Yeah. Mimi tu. Now these are the mineral blocks that are brought to the farmer so that we can supplement this issue once and for all. As you can see, this what I'm carrying, I'll tell you what will happen about these mineral leaks. But for the time, this time, we have some 2 blocks here, so that I'm going to open these 2 blocks so that we can just place them where we have talked about. So this is a mineral block. Yeah. So this one I'm going to place it here. We are going to place it here. Here strategically, where this one can access to it, this one can access to it. So let me bring this other one. You see, you can just put a camera so that audience can see the way it has started leaving the minerals. Guys, you can see how this animal is enjoying just licking this salt. Now we want to place another mineral lick to this other animal. You can just take the camera the other side so that we can place this mineral lick to this animal here. So for this animal, we are going to place it here. You see here, strategically. So this animal will eat from the, will lick this mineral, so that we can see how it does. Then come I advise you something. For this one, what we are going to do, you see for this, this is a powder form mineral lick. Hii ni chumvi ya ng'ombe na iko in powder form. So what I can recommend for this, do you supplement these animals maybe with some maybe something like maize jam or dairy meal? What mnazipatia dairy meal? So what you do, when you are giving them dairy meal, make sure that you put some around let's say mnazipatia mara ngapi dairy meal?
Mbili.
Mara mbili. So from the farmer, he said that they usually feed these animals with dairy milk twice a day. So what I recommend in these 2 shifts a day, you can just take 3 spoons, uchukue vijiko 3 kutoka hapa. Hiyo asubuhi, kila ng'ombe inakula vijiko 3 asubuhi, vijiko 3 jioni. 3 asubuhi, 3 jioni. Sawa. Kwa
hiyo dairy meal.
Unachanganya kwa hiyo dairy meal. Wakati unaleta kila mambo ni korogea yake, unaongeza chumvi.
Sawa.
Okay. The intention of giving this food, this mineral lick, is because from the history we have had something like these animals drink urine, so we want to supplement enough minerals. Because one thing, because you see, for this type of minerals, it is like for this powder form, it is like we have to give them because we are forcing them to eat. But the other ones that we have placed there, those ones, they just lick freely, so that when it feels that it has not enough minerals in the body, at least it can supplement its body with that. Yes? Yeah, so that is what we have done today. So I can now show you how these animals are now happy with these licks and the entire thing. Look at that other animal, because that animal is very afraid. Once I get there, it won't stand the way it is standing. So I'll just take a video from far. So this is the distance. You can see how the animal is really enjoying. Just tell me, if this animal is enjoying this way, will it just leave that leak so that it can continue drinking its urine? That is not even possible, yeah? Because you can see even this other animal, it is actually enjoying eating these minerals. It's leaking well. I don't know if these minerals can remain here for the next 1 week. It will have finished the whole of it, as you can see. So guys, what I can just tell you, supplementation is the key thing for animals. Once you supplement your animals, that means they get enough minerals, they keep themselves busy, leaking the entire day. What a wonderful creature, what a wonderful thing. So as you can see, let me just show you how this place is very clean. When you come here, you won't imagine that animals are sleeping here. Look the way this environment is very clean. You can even see the baby cow here. It is searching for its mother with a rope. You see now, this animal is in calf. You can see this animal is in calf. Maybe it can calve any day, because I don't know if we have proper history about this animal, but it can calve any day. So what I want to advise this kind of a farmer is to make sure that once they lick that and those minerals and they get finished, he has to put other minerals so these animals can continue licking these minerals, because you can see they're enjoying. And apart from that, he should make sure that this watering trough, because like now you can see we don't have any water here. Even if we have water, it is a little water. This also can be a challenging factor. So what he has to do is that he should make sure this place has plenty of water all the time. Yeah, we have, this is another waterer here. This is a waterer. This animal is very afraid. I'm not doing anything to eat. Just advise, this is another waterer. So he should make sure this water is clean enough so that every other thing to be done the correct way. You can see that calf there. That is a bull calf. It looks very good. That's an Asher. Yeah, that's an Asher. There is a fruit that I've seen here, but I don't know the name of this fruit. You guys, you can help me know the name of this fruit, because I can see mangoes. I'm aware of mangoes. Yeah, I just know this fruit in Kiswahili. We call it fenesi in Kiswahili. Look the way this fruit looks very good, very big, guy. See the way it is very big, very. When I tell you that we have real things in the rural, this is what we usually talk about. This thing looks good. If you know the name of this thing, you can just comment to me so that I can know even me the name in English. We can see some mangoes here. So this it means this farmer is a very serious farmer, and I should just be near him just to learn this thing. We can have appreciate here about bananas. These are bananas. Yeah. Since I started taking my videos, this is one of the best, actually one of the best cow shed, where one of the best cow shed, and they have a good sleeping area, as you can see from this far. Because some people may be asking why these animals tied this way. Yeah, you can see these animals are tied, all of them. They have been tied. Yeah, these animals are tied. The reason is this, tying these animals this way, one of the things is that you see this animal, once it is tied that way, then you put some feed to its feeding trough. It can eat its feed up to it finish, then it can now leave this premise. Maybe it can be untied some other time. And apart from that, it means that these animals, when they are feeding, they don't be in peace. So these can maybe go and push the other one from that side, so that they can disturb each other. So that's the major reason. You can see like now they have just put some feed here. This is purely silage. Guy, I have to appreciate this kind of a farmer, because making silage is not something that is very easy. Yeah, one day, one time, we have to go to the procedure of making silage, because you see how these animals are just enjoying. Silage is basically just making something outside. Actually, okay, I can just describe something like silage in this manner. Silage is making. Okay, it's just doing something like fermentation. You just put an artificial way of making a rumen of a cow outside the environment, so that it can just help in digestion. So once you just ferment these things, remember the rumen of the animal ferments things. So to help this, to ease that fermentation, so that the animal does not strain enough maybe during the entire thing, you just have to make the work for it easy by doing silage, that is through fermentation. Once you ferment this thing, that's it. You can see like this calf is enjoying this kind of silage, but I don't know if it is good for this small one, because for me, I want advice to this one. So this silage mnanunua ama mnatoa wapi?
Wananunua.
Wananunua?
Yeah.
Is it not expensive, eh?
Ni expensive.
Yeah.
Rola moja ni 5,000.
Rola moja ni 5,000. Okay. 5,000, yeah? He's telling me that one bale. Let me show you the bale that we are talking about, eh? This is the bale that we are talking about. This bale, one of it is 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, in terms of dollars is $50, yeah? Imagine $50. This one is unopened. Another one is there. We can now see, yeah? After kutoa hivi unafunika vizuri. Unafunika na hii. So the clan say that once he just remove the silage from that part, he can just he takes this nylon, then close it so that it cannot lose its strength through maybe free flow of air, because it can remember, this is a fermentation thing, eh? Once you leave it open, it can even go spoiled, and even it can just lose its strength. So it has to be intact that way, so that we keep the fermentation process, maintaining that fermentation process, so that we cannot maybe something like degrading it. So that's it about that silage. You can see this is a silage from maize. Because I can see some maize. This is a maize. This is maize. Then so that this means that this silage came from maize. So this is purely maize silage. Yeah, you see now, guys, we are learning a lot of things here. Yeah, you can see now plumbing towards the waterer for the cows here. Yeah, this animal is called Ruth. You see, this animal is called Ruth. These two, they don't have names, but there is something that I want to show you. You can see something like you saw this. You see this type of identification. Yeah, this we call it ear notching. Yeah? This is a U-shaped ear notching. One time we will learn about this type of ear notching. You can see that where the animal's ears have been designed in such a way that it has a specific number. You can see how these ears are. I think among the animals that I've shown, we have to appreciate this kind of farm, because you can see these ear notch. Yeah? This is something to learn the whole day. So one day we will learn about that. So these animals are now feeding on silage. They look very good. Yeah, this is another waterer. That animal, you can see it has stopped feeding because it needs meal for himself. So because it has seen others have been given feed, but for it has not been given, so it has to be given to, yeah, this type of thing that we call ukulima bora in Kiswahili. Yeah, somebody means business, it means business. So that's for today. We have seen factors that can lead to why an animal drinks its own urine, and with that we want to see if we are going to rectify this situation by putting mineral leaks and putting this. How that means, you can see, but even this animal, yeah, here, it is not even eating silage, it is just leaking the minerals, because today is today, because it has just seen I've been the savior for them. They lacked minerals. Now they want to eat minerals to the fullest, because they enjoy eating that mineral. And actually I think this is the major factor why this animal was drinking its own urine, just because of mineral deficiency. So guys, farmers and the entire people, make sure that you have enough mineral leaks to your animals so that they can supplement themselves when they don't need, because you don't have to force them for minerals, because once you force them to minerals, it can be too many in the body, and absorption rate will be very poor to the maybe bloodstream and the entire body. Yeah? So just put it aside so that it can leak by itself. When it leaks by itself, then at least we can really appreciate that, guys. So I'm going to summarize everything that actually we have talked about. First, we have talked about the causes, where we have touched about something about the behavior aspect. We have talked about nutrition deficiency, that is mineral supplementation. Then we have talked about dehydration. Lastly, actually, we have talked about some diseases from the urinary tract. Then we have some of the corrective measure where we have seen the best way to correct these about cow drinking its own urine is mineral supplementation. Then apart from mineral supplementation, we have talked about giving animals clean water. We have gone ahead and discussed about how we can control this behavioral way through maybe putting some more minerals so that it can keep the animals busy. Then just to wind it everything there, I can tell you some risk factors associating with the drinking this urine. One of the risk factors is about ingestion of pathogens, yeah, because as we know, urine contains something like it can contains bacteria, it can contains other pathogens, so that means the animal is at risk of getting infection from this ingestion of these bacteria and the entire thing. Another thing we have just talked about, actually we have talked about toxins. So ingestion of these urine, because urine is a waste product, it contains urea. It contains, apart from urea, it can contain ammonia. Then apart from ammonia, it can contain other toxins, which once enters the body, it can harm the animal. Then lastly, I can talk about these animals. I can talk about something like another risk factor that I'm supposed to talk about is about imbalance of electrolyte, because once consumed, remember, it can penetrate towards it can affect the mouth, the digestive system, and the entire system, maybe the urinary tract, because this is waste product, and with this ingestion, actually it will harm the animal itself and the entire system of the animal. Then apart from that, I've been told about the history of one of the animal that I was talking about, the Jersey that has just calved recently. So this Jersey, in the first month, milk production was normal. Then actually the milk production declined. We really suspect that this declining phase of this milk production, it can be caused by this urine consumption of urine, because the entire digestive system can be interfered, and once the entire digestive system is interfered, that means the functioning of rumen will be hindered, and that's it. Thank you for listening. Let us continue learning. Thank you for today. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lumumba Junior. Thank you. Let's keep on learning. Bye bye.